and I'm a program advisor at the Center for Global and Intercultural Study. And today I'm going to talk to you guys about the Global Course Connections program that runs in Ferrara, Italy during the spring semester. And I'd like to introduce you to Janea, who's going to be the program leader and the faculty who's going to be teaching this course on campus as well as in Ferrara during the spring.
Buongiorno! Ciao! So yes, I will be taking you to Ferrara, Italy, but not only Ferrara, it's actually more of a tour in northern Italy. So we will be based in Ferrara, but we will also go to Bologna, to Cremona, which is also, so Bologna is the comics capital of Italy, and Cremona is where the Stradivarius violins were made, so it's more of a musical capital. And after that we will go on to Milan, where we will visit the Comics Museum, which is called WOW!
So the way that a GCC is structured is that you take an on-campus course on campus during the winter semester, and for this particular GCC it's going to be taught by Janaya. It's a special topics course on comics for 4 credits, and then the GCC that runs in the spring is a 2-credit field-based extension of that campus course.
And it's currently called Romance Languages 400, and you can use those credits towards an Italian minor or an Italian major. It counts as a class that you would take after your language requirements.
So what's really cool about GCCs is that those 2 credits that is associated with a GCC in the spring, you actually register for that in the winter semester, so that is part of your winter tuition. So there isn't an extra tuition that you have to pay to go on this program, which makes it cheaper. There is a small program fee that is associated with a GCC, and that's going to cover your homestay, as well as any other accommodations while you're there, 2 meals a day, health insurance while you're on the program, and then really fun program excursions. So this is one of our most affordable programs. Also, just this year, LSNA is offering over $1.7 million in scholarships. 95% of students, of LSA students who are eligible for the LSNA Study Abroad Scholarship will receive between $1,000 all the way up to $10,000 in scholarships. Not to mention that if you are a Pell Grant recipient, your program fee you'll get a scholarship to cover your entire program fee. Also, if you receive any financial aid package, that will be applied towards your tuition during that winter semester.
During our stay in Italy, we will also, of course, we will be having class about an hour or 2 depending on the day, but a lot of it will also be experiential. So that means that we want to be out in the world speaking Italian and meeting comic authors and going to publishing houses. And as I said, we're going to be going to a special comics museum in Milan, but also we'll be based in Cremona at the Centro per Fumetti di Andrea Pazienza, which means it's a center for comics. We'll also be making our own comics. Our course on campus, which was offered in the fall of 2017 and will be offered, of course, in winter 2018, really focuses on getting a background in comics and just through the course we learn about the language of comics and how comic artists express themselves. And just as Italian is a language, there's a language to comics as well.
And while you're in Ferrara, you'll also be living with a host family, which is the best way to really practice those language skills.
Yeah.
You're forced to speak in Italian, and you're just gonna really see how much your language skills are gonna improve during your time in Italy. One other thing I wanted to mention was that if you are a first-year student, you are eligible to apply as long as you complete 232 on campus before you depart on the program. So, a myth is that studying abroad is just for juniors. In this case, it's not. As a first-year student, please apply, sophomores apply. Yeah, it's for anybody.
Even seniors. I know several seniors who are interested and are planning to go. So, you can have that one last hurrah. And again, this is probably one of the only times in your life that you'll be able to go and you'll be able to speak Italian and really integrate yourself into Italian society.
And Janaya, you were also mentioning that it's relatively safe. It's a very walkable city.
For sure. Yeah, so I spent 6 weeks in Ferrara in 2016 when I taught the 230, Italian 230 class. And I brought my children who were 4 and 2 at the time, and they walked around the city. I mean, it was great. They had a great time. My students always walked home. Many of them took bikes, and they never had a problem. And also, we've had a program in Ferrara for many years, and U of M has been going every summer, and no students have had any problems.
Yeah, and I also just want to emphasize that, we make sure that all the locations that we're sending our students to are very safe. We vet every program, so that is something that, we really consider, is the safety of our students and how safe the locations are. So the application deadline is coming up pretty fast.
December 15th.
December 15th. The nice thing is that you don't need a letter of recommendation. It's really, really simple. You have to go to a first step session, which, runs every day in our building located Suite 200 of Weiser Hall from 5 to 5:30. And again, you don't need a letter of recommendation.
But you do have to be enrolled in My Winter or have done the class in fall 2017, which I'm currently teaching, so I would know you. But of course, we're offering 2 sections of the topics in 232, so it will be at 1 and at 2. I think that comics in general is another form of art. It's perhaps not it's not a high form of art, but I think through the narratives that comics give, we can really learn about different nuances in Italian society. And I think that it's a particular art form, but it is art. At the end of the day, we're studying art and language together.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming and talking to us about this, Janaya.
Thank you.
Yeah. And if you have any, questions, please, all this information is on mCompass, and feel free to reach out to one of us.
Yes.
Our contact information is also located on the brochure page of mCompass.
Yes, I hope to see you soon. Ci vediamo in Italia. Ciao.